Very good afternoon to you, my dear children, and namaskar to all the teachers and all the school administrators who are there. Let me tell you something. It's a theme which is very close to my heart, and I've been thinking about it for decades together. I look back at my childhood, and when I look at the life that you people are leading, and I see much has changed. There are many changes which are for the better. There is more affluence, there is more food, there is more access to better education. But is the outcome the best that can be? And why do I think about you? I think about you because firstly I'm a children's doctor, and I'm an Indian, and I'm army man. So I think about my nation, and you are the future of the nation. You are important firstly for yourself, for your mom and dad, for your family, and then you are important, all important, believe me. You're very precious for this great country of ours, that's India. So what has changed? When I look back, much has changed, and how can we make you to be healthier, happier, and to achieve your potential so that you can contribute to yourself, you can realize your dreams, the things that you want to do, and you make this nation a better and a stronger nation. So with that, I get on with the topic itself with this brief preamble. So what is health? Health is a complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence of disease. Now let me put it all together. Physical. By physical, I mean that we have our body. Our body has many systems like heart, the lung, the brain, every cell, the blood system, we call it hematology, the digestive system, the bones. Every system is working to perfection. Mental health means we have no stress. Are we sleeping well? Are we happy? Are we looking forward to life? That's mental health. And social health means that you look forward to having a good conversations with your parents, you're happy being with your parents, with your siblings and your friends and your teachers. You like to talk to people. You're happy when you have a good conversation. That's well adjusted, and each one of them is a link to the other. That means a good physical health also leads to better mental health, and better mental health also leads to better physical health. So they are not island in themselves. Next one please. So as I said, that what is true health? It is physical, mental, and social well-being. And to this we have added what's called a nourishment, nutrition. So let's get on to the next slide, please. Yes. So what is physical health? As I said, what do we mean by physical health? Is your body strong? As I said, every body has organs, we have tissues, we have cells, and if each part of the body working perfectly, are we feeling energetic? Are we able to perform our tasks well? Is our weight appropriate to our age or our height? All those things. So that constitutes physical health, and obviously, if our body is strong, we can perform our tasks, we can realize our dreams, and everything goes. The life actually, this is the first and foremost thing that is important to do what we want to do in life. And to have good physical health, we need to look after a few things. And as I said, that each thing is linked to the other. For example, physical health is interconnected to firstly the activity and the nutrition and the art behavior as well. So physically, I'll dwell upon physical activity. Find time to, should I say, I know you are busy. Take some time out for sports. Sports are very, very important. They give you happiness. Aren't you happy when you are playing sports of your choice? Don't you love it? Walking, running, swimming, and then yoga, of course. Firstly, what it does is it activates all the systems. It makes them healthier. And then you feel more relaxed and you get more energy. Can you believe it? If you work hard physically, you are more energetic to study, to do other tasks that you have. When I can work 12 hours a day and still I have to come back and go for my physical, activity, and then I feel more energized to do more work. So remember one thing: the energy that you spend in sports or physical activity actually gives you more energy to do even better. Your weight is maintained, your body systems like heart, lungs, even digestive systems are working better if you are physically active. And to this, I must even address the teachers that every school must have some time for these kind of physical activities, mental health. Why should they be stressed? Nothing. We must. That's where the administrators, the school teachers, the parents, their role comes in. Remember one thing, children, that stay positive, be happy. If you do not perform in one test well to your ability, the world doesn't stop. I know so many successful people who failed actually, and they came out on top. There were people who were mediocre to begin with, and they were the best surgeons, best doctors, or whatever. So remember one thing: with one bad or average performance, the world does not stop. The doors of opportunity do not stop beckoning at your doorstep. Life goes on. So remember, stay positive. Always stay positive. Stay happy. The other thing that causes stress is that we have to manage our time well. Always find time for things that you have to do. काल करे तो आज कर, आज करे तो अब. Don't procrastinate. यानी कि जो काम अभी करना है उसको आज ही करो. So that leads to stress. If you do procrastinate, if you postpone things, and you do not manage your time well, you have things to do. You have to do studies. You have to do activities. There's a seminar that is to be done. So first, find time. That is important. So managing time is very, very important, and it kind of decreases your stress. Second is that pursue hobbies. It's good to have hobbies. It could be painting, it could be dancing, it could be anything, whatever you like to do. Sports I would not consider as hobbies because music is a very good hobby, if you can call it. Some activity which is different from physical activity and from your studies. Next to this, you shouldn't be doing is too much screen time. I'm a pediatrician and actually I'm a newborn specialist. Now I've seen children from birth and I see their growth and development. And mind you, there are children whose parents gave them ready access to a mobile from infancy. Infancy means a child who is not even 1 year old. Now, what I saw in them was their speech was delayed, their development stopped, and they had what I call autism. Autism, where there's poor eye contact, there's poor speech, and there is poor development. So this is the kind of impact that screen time can have. And these children become very intolerant. They are not interested in any kind of social relationship. As I said, they have a poor eye contact. They throw temper tantrums, and their attention span is poor. This is for small children I'm talking about. What about older children, like children who are studying in 5th class or 7th class or 11th class or 12th class? Well, I must tell you that there are many serious issues, and that Australia has stopped access to media to children. Whenever I see media, what I find is it always promotes the negative thoughts. It promotes hatred. It promotes disturbance. The things which are negative are highlighted more. And the other thing, of course, is it impairs your eyes, and there's less time for creative things that that give you peace of mind, like social interaction, like physical activity, like sports, like studies. And you are dull. Have you ever? I want to ask you. In fact, you watch IPL or you watch some kind of a game. IPL is taking place once a year. That is something which has changed from our time. We had so much of time for sports, for talking to each other, and we were happy. Now, how many of the children are playing in their neighborhood? I'm sure they are not very many. You have less time for these kind of activities which give you peace of mind, which give you true happiness. which give you energy. So that's something that I say that stay away from screen. How much should be the screen time? To my mind, it should be zero. Believe me, it should be zero. And it leads to, as I said, stress, poor sleep, and socially you are not interested and you are isolated from others. So avoid screen at all costs. Each time, each second that you spend with screen could have been better spent doing other things like talking to your mother, your father, or playing outside, or studying, or pursuing your hobbies, which I talked about. So avoid screen. We're coming to nutrition. So something, there is more food than what there was in our time. But more food doesn't really mean better food. So there are things that you should be eating. So what do I want to say about food? Firstly, eat when you're hungry. So have proper meal timing. I'm all for just 3 meals a day, a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and avoid in between the meal snacks. Usually speaking, once in a while you would be given liberty by your parents, I'm sure, but ensure that the food that you eat is healthy. And what is healthy food? I'm sure some of you know, at least some of you know about what is proteins, which are the building blocks of our body, which are important for many chemical reactions of our body, the processes of our body. There are carbohydrates, proteins, like which foods have got proteins? I hope you know it. The pulses, the lentils, the milk products, the meats, the eggs, they are sources of protein. And then we have fat, like oil, the ghee, the butter, and then we have carbs, the carbohydrates, like let's say grains. Grains have got some, they have a bit of protein, but mostly it is carbohydrates. Then we have vitamins, we have minerals like iron, zinc, etc., calcium, phosphorus. So how do we achieve a balanced diet? So we should have grains in our diet. That means we should have gehu, bajra, grains like wheat, millet, have pulses like dals, like rajmas, like lobias, and then have milk products like milk, yogurt, dahi, and then paneer, and fruits and vegetables. Now, vegetables, all green vegetables, you can have in any amount. Green vegetables, the colored vegetables like pumpkin, the yellow color, the tomatoes. So they are very, very good source of many vitamins, iron, etc. And then fruits, papaya, very good source of vitamin A. Apples, a good source of iron. Citrus fruits like oranges, kiwi, a good source of vitamin C. So have a balanced diet is my message. And eat when you are hungry. Don't eat because you like something. Eat because you are hungry. Right? The other thing I want to speak about food is, as somebody was saying, it should be safe. So the source should be known to you. Just don't eat anywhere, whether the water that you drink or the food that you eat, the source should be known to you, right? So these are a few things I want to speak about. Eat at proper meal times and eat the food that I've spoken about. Next slide, please, Rashi. Rashi, next slide. Can I have next slide? Yeah. That's what you love the most, don't you? You want to have pizzas, you want to have burgers, you want to have soft drinks, right? And this is samosas, they are so very unhealthy. They are so very unhealthy. They lead to excessive weight gain. They have so much of sodium. They have fats which are harmful. They are not. Let's talk about soft drinks. Soft drinks have got a lot of sugar, which is bad for our body. They have, like Coke has got phosphoric acid, which dissolves our bones. All these canned fruit juices are full of sugar. You have these Haldiram or Bikanerwala bhujiyas, they have so much of salt, and this salt is so very harmful to our body. It leads to high blood pressure. I'm not saying that don't have them at all, but have them ever so sparingly. That's for the parents to decide whether it's a once a fortnight, whether it's a once a month, whatever it is. But it can't be part of your daily diet. Social health, we spoke about. This is something wonderful. Look at the parents are having food with their children, and they are happy, they are talking to each other. There's no mobile, there's no television. Yes, there's no television. See that. This is what is important. Open your heart out to your parents. Always tell your mother what you feel about things. If something is disturbing you, reach out to your mother. Fathers too. But yes, there's nobody like your mother, isn't it? So reach out to her. Choose your friends. Choose your friends very carefully. Friends are important. Believe me, but choose them carefully. Choose the friends who are, firstly, who are good persons, who are positive persons, who are somebody whom you can rely upon. So be very careful about. But having said that, engage in activity which is where you have a group activity. Always do that. Even if there's no friendship, it is better than sitting alone in a room with a mobile or a laptop or a desktop or whatever. Safety. I think this is something that the school administrators must pay attention to, and the parents also should be aware of it. Firstly, be careful with strangers. Don't trust just anybody. This world is full of predators. You know what predators are? Somebody who are looking out there, all kinds of people, all kinds of perverted people. So stay away from strangers. Don't strike just a conversation with just anybody. That's one thing. Travel safely to school. That's where the responsibility of the parents and the teachers, the school administrators also come in. See that the vehicles that they are traveling in are safe. I see so many children traveling on overloaded auto rickshaws or Maruti Omnis. That is just not. And the buses that are there, the school buses should be safe. The drivers should be safe. The conductor should be safe. So that's something. And how they are escorted to the bus from the school. That's really important. The safety inside school. You have to design schools in such a way that it is safe, if you know what I mean. This line is particularly for the children, for the school administrators. The other thing, of course, is teaching about the predators. So if anybody touches you inappropriately, please report the matter to either your teachers or your parents. Never keep anything to yourself. Remember one thing, who's a stranger? To my mind, barring your parents, everybody is a stranger. So don't be too close, physically close to anybody except your parents. This is a very strong statement, but yes, that's the way the word is. This again is important for the school administrators and for the parents and for the students. Bullying is not acceptable. Not acceptable. So please, children, if anybody is trying to terrorize you, report it to the teachers, tell it to your parents. Don't suffer silently. Next slide, please. Avoid overloaded Maruti Omnis, unsafe rooftops. Now, most of the head injuries that I saw in my career were the children who fell from the rooftops. So children should never be left alone on the rooftops. This is for the parents. Traveling, I see children driving motorcycle without helmets or bicycling without helmets. So avoid that. Don't expose yourself to these hazards. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from drugs, alcohol. These are absolutely something which are dangerous. I would say dangerous. And don't succumb just because your friend is taking alcohol or it's no reason. So sometimes you have to walk they call it treading a lonely furrow. एकला चलो, कभी अकेले भी करना पड़ता है. So just lastly, as I said, that you firstly remember one thing, you are not here to meet your parents' expectations. No, you are not. You are here for yourself. But don't you want to be the best that you can be? You want to be. So look after your health if you want to be the best that you want to be. Have dreams, have aspirations, but you have to work hard, you have to behave, you have to have right kind of behavior to achieve all your dreams. And yes, even though you are not working to meet your parents' expectations, you don't want to let them down, certainly. Lastly, as I said, I am an army man. India is facing many challenges, and you are the treasure, you are the future. We need you. The country must ensure that each one of you realizes his or her full potential. And for that, you have to be healthy. Thank you so very much for patient listening.